this counteroffensive continues. The footage we're seeing continues to be heartbreaking. We're hearing the death toll. Talk to us about the latest developments on the ground. What can you tell us?
Well, there really is so much happening every day, but I want to start with just the most eye-grabbing headline of today, which is a report that Ukraine is now the most heavily mined country on Earth. This comes after a year and a half of Russian troops really planting these landmines, trying to halt the Ukrainian offensive. So now the Ukrainian defense minister says that soldiers have been finding 5 mines for every square meter in some places. So that really just gives you a look at what is exactly happening on the ground. Not only are these troops having to face some of those drone attacks and missile attacks like we saw in that package, but on the ground itself, it is literally a minefield out there that these troops are walking through to try and defend both territories.
Certainly a devastating situation, and as you say, it continues. Talk to us about this report out of the UK when it comes to funding of the Wagner group. Russia was injecting the money into the mercenary group. Now we're hearing Belarus is injecting the cash. Talk to us about what is confirmed.
So this is still a very big if at the moment, but Britain's defense minister in a series of tweets posted that there is a realistic possibility that Russia is no longer funding the Wagner group. And if that report is true, then there's a large possibility that who's backing them right now is Belarus. They're now paying for the group. Now, if that is true, it would make sense. There is a slight reason that this could be a possibility, considering after the failed mutiny back in June led by the Wagner group leader Prigozhin, now after this Belarusian brokered deal, any of the troops that did not want to join the Russian army, they're all in Belarus right now. So we already know that there is a large portion of these Wagner troops in Belarus right now. The Belarus's defense ministry even said that they are training some of the groups. So would it make sense if they are also funding them? Yes. However, Belarus does not have the same sort of types of resources that Russia does. So even if they are helping contribute in some way, it is in no means the same funding source that we saw from Russia. I mean, just last year we had these reports that Putin said from the time period of May 2020, May 2022 to May 2023, just in that 1 year, $1 billion in government funding to pay for these troops. So Belarus cannot keep on track. And I also want to point out that even if they don't have this funding from Russia, not only are they losing the money, but if the Kremlin is no longer signing off on these Wagner troops, they're also losing Russian Kremlin artillery, Kremlin Air Force, Kremlin tank supplies. So all of these types of resources. So it really goes into a much larger realm that the Wagner group could be losing if this report is true.
A lot of questions remain around the Wagner group and, of course, Yevgeny Prigozhin, least of which his whereabouts right now. Thank you so much, correspondent Nicole Zedek. Always appreciate your updates. Thank you, Nicole.